Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing today? Hello. We are here on our
Hello.
Wellness Wednesday. We're here with the cupcakes, and we are meeting in the powder room with you today. We are so glad you guys are here. I mean, it's a beautiful day. It was an awesome day today. I mean, it was just like a very crisp, wonderful day. We have all of our positive ladies with us, and we are ready to just do it all. But remember, we don't sip the tea here. We don't drink the tea. We cut the cake and what? We
We
eat
eat
it
it
too.
too.
Yes. It's going to be an
Yes.
awesome show. And again, welcome to our Wellness Wednesday edition. I'm Renita Williams. To my right, at the top, we have
Diane, right?
Diane Wright. Who else do we have here today?
Hey,
Dana. And we have a special guest,
hey.
and we're going to talk about her and have her come in and talk to us just in a minute or two. So just hang out with us, guys. And again, welcome for joining us. Thank you, Apple Crescent. It's nice seeing you, Sparkle. And again, welcome all the Tommy Cats. Welcome all of our cupcakes and our friends. We love having you here with us. So again, we're meeting in the powder room tonight. And we're going to talk about a couple things. But the one thing that is really on my mind and on everyone's mind, we're talking about it and we're concerned, is the Omicron variant. You know, now we have our first case here in the United States, in California, I think San Francisco to be specific. I mean, the person was just in South Africa. They got back on November 22nd, tested positive on the 29th. I mean, when is this going to end? You know, we're praying and we're hoping that things move in a better direction, you know, as the months go on, but we really want to get this thing under control. My suggestion, this is my personal opinion, is just to get vaccinated. That's the first step. But guess what? I'm even ready now to get my booster shot even earlier. Like, I don't even want to, I was going to wait until probably like February or even March, but I think I'm going to get mine over the Christmas break. Has anyone gotten a booster?
I did a month ago.
You did? So which one did you get?
Yep.
What booster did you get, Dana? Moderna, okay.
And my arm was sore for about a week, but other than that, nothing else. It was just fine.
Okay. All right, well, that's good. Diane?
Definitely working on getting that booster.
Yes.
And I'm just definitely going for Pfizer this time.
Okay.
Johnson. So soon as the opportunity, ASAP. That's where I'm at now. Soon as possible.
Good. Perfect. Well, you know, it's so funny because now we just found out that LeBron James just got tested positive for the coronavirus. He's going to be out for a while. I mean, this kind of shocked me, and it shocked me because we're talking about all these NBA players, all sports players, you know, who are not getting it, who said they got it and they didn't get it. Aaron Rodgers, you had Kyrie Irving, but LeBron, he was just like, my entire family is vaccinated and we're good. He's like, I don't want to be the spokesperson for the NBA, but we are vaccinated. And now he has the coronavirus. It's like, I'm so upset with this right now. I mean,
so he was never vaccinated, or did he get the COVID? Did he get it with the vaccination?
He was vaccinated, his entire family. Now he was so proud of that. I mean, you know, when everyone was, the controversy was going on with Kyrie Irving not wanting to get the vaccine.
Yeah.
So then, you know, he's like, well, we're good. My family, we're good. And then just a couple of days ago, he's tested positive. So it's, you know, I mean, it's almost like you're darned if you do, you're darned if you don't, but it's better to be vaccinated because it's going to avoid a lot less.
Well, definitely lowers the chances of dying from
exactly. And I didn't want to say that, but yes, it's real. That's the truth. You know, you're playing with your life. It's a life or death matter.
Yes.
But the booster, that is going to help. But we also found out today, Diane, we were talking about this in the production meeting, that the FDA just approved the coronavirus pill.
Yes.
Definitely. What's going on with that, Diane?
Real.
Well, basically, they did approve it. It's a 5-day pill. And, of course, you would have to get it ordered by your physician. It's still going underway to be still tested, but it is effective for fighting the virus, the variants. Of course, you know, the beta variant, which was first discovered in Africa, South Africa. We're just going to call them mutations. All these different mutations of what's already existed here. I think once the pill comes out, the chances of if you're vaccinated, even if you got the booster and everything, the chances is very low as far as is, becoming, anything serious than
Okay.
mild symptoms. And that's the good thing that we do need to know about it, because it definitely is safe to get vaccinated, of course.
Right.
Okay. But this
Mm-hmm.
pill is something that if you don't have either one, you can still take the 5-day pill,
Okay.
and your chances would be
Oh,
effective as
wow.
well. But we just want to encourage everybody to go ahead and get that. But like I said, they're still testing, and
Hmm.
so far, it is on the market today, so we have that available as
Wow.
well. So I do
And all
recommend
the
people to
insurance
do
companies
further
going to cover
research.
it?
Huh?
Wow.
I would
I said
definitely,
all the
Dana.
insurance companies already pay for it?
Well, you know that because this virus is what it is, it's everything is free. You just have to have, basically, for
Okay.
the pill to be ordered, it has to be ordered by your physician, of course. Or
Okay.
if you go into the they'll send you home with a prescription of it.
Right. So it's a prescription.
So
It's not over
that's
the
how it's
counter.
gonna work. But if you have your doctor call in, you could save yourself a trip to the emergency room, especially if you have no fever and stuff,
Right.
and then you've been tested, because a lot of people are going to be available to home testing as
Okay.
well for this coronavirus, just to let you guys know. So
Exactly.
further on down the line, they'll be able to test themselves and then take the proper precautions, because it's going to be
Perfect.
like any other virus, like the flu virus eventually,
Hmm.
because other viruses, believe me, the Omicron, or the what's it called, Omicron, that's just telling us right now that it's still here, still lurking. Keep
Right.
your mask on, be safe
Yeah.
regardless,
Yeah.
Exactly.
mask
Yeah.
up. And that's really the good, how you say, the good meat and potato of
Yeah.
it.
Thanks for that information. I mean,
You're
this is this
welcome.
is hot off the press because it was just approved today. The
Yes.
coronavirus pill. It was
Yes.
literally just approved today. So we're glad we know more information about it, and we're going to get our Dr. Joffrey Mount to come on and get more into it with us as well. But thank you for getting us informed, Diane. I
And
really
I
Yes, and
and,
I'm gonna keep
and
doing
I
my
heard it here
research
first.
as well.
yes.
I'll keep researching it for you guys and keeping you abreast with everything with
And
that as
without
well.
further ado, we're going to go to a lighter side. Thank you so much, but we had to
You're
get this
welcome.
information off to our viewers because, again, this channel and this platform is to keep you informed. We want to keep you informed with the hottest, the latest, what's going on, current events, as fast as we can get it to you. So you heard it here first. But we're going to switch over to a lighter note. And with Christmas being right around the corner, we're celebrating Hanukkah. Kwanzaa's right around the corner. We are thinking of wonderful, wonderful stocking stuffers to have, and also things you can give to yourself. So we have our wonderful, wonderful guest here. I'm so excited, super excited. I've been waiting for her to come on for several months, and she's going to talk about a couple of things. But I want to let you know she is ready. She's ready to give us some positive information, some feedback, and some real feel good and positive vibes coming to you live. We have, as without further ado, Miss Lindria Forte Dockett. Let's welcome Lindria Forte Dockett. Welcome to the
Cupcake
show. Welcome to the
Doctor,
show.
welcome,
Hi.
welcome.
Now, before we go further, she's going to introduce herself, but Dana, who's also one of our cupcakes,
Yes.
is a part of the whole situation. And we've also kind of
I am.
teased it. We've teased it, we've talked about it, but now it's here, and now we're going to get right into it. So let's invite Lindria to talk about what she has going on. Welcome to the show.
Thank you,
Andrea,
Renita. Thank you, Dana.
you're
Welcome.
Thank you,
welcome.
Diane, for having
You're
me
welcome,
on. Yes,
sweetie.
I am Lindria Forte Dockett. I am a professional photographer here in the DMV area for those who are local. And I do travel for those who aren't. But anyway, we're on here tonight because I have gathered about 44 ladies together for a collective to produce a photographic anthology called Lioness Amplified, I Am She. And the basis for the collective, it is a 8x10 hardbound, and I'm so disappointed because it didn't get here in time for me to do my flash. But we will direct you to several different places where you can check that out and also order it later. However, it is an 8x10 hardback book, coffee table style. And again, it has 44 ladies in it.
Okay.
And the preface for the book was I asked each lady, when did you first hear the roar of your own voice? Okay, and this came from a couple of different places. It came from a trip that I took back in 2020 to Johannesburg, South Africa.
Wow.
You know, South Africa was on your topic earlier
Yes.
in the broadcast.
What's a wonderful place to visit?
It is beautiful. Everybody, you have to go. Put it on your list. Absolutely. But while I was over there, I had the opportunity to visit one of their amazing safaris.
Okay.
And I took advantage of their predator feeding, where they fed the lions. We went to the lions encasement, you know, where I was in this type of Jurassic Park type vehicle, or at least I was hoping it was fit for Jurassic Park, because they had us right out in the middle of the lion captivity. But while I was watching the interactions between the lions, oh, she put the cover up.
I'm working over here. I'm working.
So, but you know, I was watching the interaction between a lion and a lioness, and you know, because I was just there that day, I don't know what the previous history was between those two, or what the dynamics of the lions were. But she took this. He was headed towards her, and she took this immediate stance with him. You know, she got in protect mode, and she, you know, and I was just watching the interaction. She didn't have a chance to look over her shoulder to see if she had backup. You know, she didn't have a chance to hesitate. She just automatically took this stance where whatever you bring in today, it's going to get handled. So you might want to think about it, right? And he thought wiser of the situation because he veered off to the right.
Okay.
As I watched that exchange, something, you know, I was like, you know, how often is it that we as women have to take that stance?
Yes.
We don't have time to look to see if help is coming,
right?
You know, or if we're prepared. You know we have to make a decision now,
right?
Okay. Now how that correlates to the women that I photograph mainly entrepreneurs and business women. And sometimes when they come into the photo session, they aren't always as confident as we need to be going out into the world to handle the things we need to handle. However, when I get them in front of my camera, I always see the lioness in them. Wow. I always see that strength. I always see the positivity. I always see where they can go. Right. And sometimes it just takes that photo shoot. Sometimes you just have to see yourself the way somebody else sees you. So all this came together because I 2 years ago, we couldn't say I would be on your show talking about spearheading a book.
Wow.
I was all into
excited. I cannot wait to order my copy.
It is amazing. Yes. I asked the lady, I didn't put parameters on what the women wore. I said, look, if it makes you feel positive and strong and just beautiful, that's what you wear. Because I wanted you to come into the session feeling your most powerful, not what I tell you to wear. And if that's sweats, joggers, and tennis shoes, do you bring it? You know? So I gathered these ladies. I made a few phone calls. I reached out to some ladies directly, and it was easy because, like I said, I've shot these women. I've seen these women in front of the camera. I saw the strength. I saw the lioness within. So Dana was one of these ladies. Of course. Did not hesitate. Did not have to think twice about inviting her into the collective. And thankfully she said yes. And she turned it out. So when y'all find her page, y'all gonna see a side of Dana I don't think y'all seen before.
I cannot wait. So let me ask you a question. So when you came up with the concept, and you know, I know it derived from your trip to South Africa. When you were putting it together, were you adding any other features to the book itself? The forward, you know, like, you know, when you came up with the concept of the roar, and you went through the entire beginning to end with all the ladies who were involved, you know, with the creative project. Did you find it where you got some aha moments or like moments that just really made you say, look into your own self, you know, about, you know, your life and introspective of that? Did you get any of that from the women as you were taking their photographs?
Renita, don't tell my story.
That's
So, you know, there's no way not to look at my life or
Right.
what I do in retrospect when I get before any lady,
Sure.
whether it's in a conference type setting, a photo shoot type setting. But yes, especially this type of project, because it was personal.
Right.
First of all, it was my baby, you know, and it was something that
Oh, I like
was being
that.
birthed to me over a year, you know, when I
Right.
didn't even know what was coming together, just to see it form was just
Wow.
amazing. And then yes, because I said I was gonna stop saying this, but I'm known to be very quiet,
Okay.
introvert style, you know, so even in doing this, you know, I had to speak up. I had to come to the front of the room. You know, I
Right.
couldn't just stand behind the camera.
Right.
I had to actually tell these ladies, you know, be that voice for them and say, look, this is what I see in you, whether
Right.
you see it or not, you know. But yes, definitely a lot of different components came together at different times.
Okay.
And I admit that is probably why that book is not here today, because there were a couple of times I said, pause,
Yeah.
change it, pause.
Okay.
No, not yet. It's not right just
Right.
yet.
You had to feel, you knew the vibe, but you were looking for it,
Yes,
and you kind of
yes,
have to just take your time with it, work through
yes.
it.
And the
I get
ladies
it.
were amazing, because I told them, I said, look, I'm not rushing it. So if this is a project you want to rush to the finish line,
Right.
just tell me no. And
Mhm.
everybody's been very beautiful and very patient with it. And they understand, because it's their work and their face and
Sure.
their, you know, everything is out there on them too. But absolutely, yes, there were certain components I didn't even see in the beginning that came once the ladies showed up and started being photographed. And then some, you know, once they saw their images, they, you know how we get ladies, you know, this ain't tucked right, or, you know, this angle not right,
For
or
sure.
Those angles.
maybe if I had tilted my head just a little bit, and
This side.
you know,
Maybe if this side of my head was going this way.
and you know, I had to say, look, baby, it's okay,
Right.
because the idea wasn't to show up perfect, it was
Sure.
to show up strong.
That's right.
You know, so I wanted to make sure this book spoke to not just specific group of women. We had our youngest lioness is just turned 17 last week.
Wow.
Our oldest lioness is probably near 70.
Okay.
Okay,
So it's a
because
nice range, and I think
yes,
that's good because it's relatable.
right,
So
and
it's just
that's
not
what
just
I wanted
one.
to resonate. So when you hear these
Yeah,
ladies' stories, right, I wanted to be able to identify with different age groups and everything, where you say, okay, well, even if I'm not using my voice yet,
right.
look, she just started using hers, you know, or look at this baby lioness, and she kicking it, she's killing it. So I wanted you to be able
Wow.
to pull something from everybody's journey, everybody's path. Everybody has a different story. I wasn't quite prepared for all of them. I expected
Right.
that when you
They
pull
were
44 women together, you about to learn some things. You're gonna hear about
Right.
some things, but you also hear you see the victory. Everybody's standing. Everybody's still standing. They walking tall. They, you know, they reaching back to grab the next lady and bring her aboard and say, "You can too." You know,
Right.
this voice, this line, this roar isn't just for a certain individual.
Right.
And I, you know, we love our Michelle Obamas, we love our Oprahs, you
Yes.
know, and I said, you know, that's great representation,
Mhm.
but sometimes it's that sister in that pew down on the same bench you sitting on. You
That's
know,
right.
let's get some faces of the ladies in the community, our community,
That's
that our
right.
young ladies can look up to, that our middle-aged ladies can still have
Mhm.
something to aspire to. But
Right.
I know I went on and on, but yes, to answer your question, there
Nice.
were a lot of aha moments, because at one point I felt that maybe I was just doing it for the collective. When I got the feedback from the ladies, I've been so overwhelmed and so touched just by the words that
Right.
they've shared with me, just in what
Wow.
it did to them to do this project and to see themselves in that different light, and now
Sure.
to become Amazon first time #1 best-selling authors already.
Very nice. I love it. This is very inspiring. And I think that, you know, our viewers and everyone who's watching this and who was seeing the replay and watching the replay will really get something from this. I think this is a creative collective that, again, it's relatable, something that you can relate to someone who's in the book. Their story might be
Absolutely.
very similar to yours. And that's what I'm looking forward into reading and seeing. You know, it's always to feel inspired by someone who's going through something that you're going through, who's been through something that you've gone through. And, you know, it just makes you a stronger person and maybe see things, you know, in a different perspective.
And
So
you know, Renita, and that's something I think we forget. You know, we remember birth dates, we remember dates that the kids were born, we remember, you know, anniversaries,
Sure.
remember all these different things. But I think a lot of times we forget the very thing that propelled us forward in our life, in our career, to birth these other things. When did you first hear the roar of your own voice? So I wanted to make sure that just resonated. Because I don't want that to be a thing that we ever forget, because we need that. We need that.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
So Dana, why don't you tell the good people
Dana,
what it's like to be in the collective, ma'am, and let them know that I didn't pay you. I didn't pay Dana for anything she's gonna say.
Well, I was ready and I was shy, wasn't I, Andrea? A little shy about it.
I'm gonna let you finish, Dana. We're gonna see.
I had too many outfits, but I knew that I wanted to get out of my comfort zone. So my comfort zone is like, I like black and navies and jeans and sweats, but I wanted to push myself. So I ended up with a turquoise tutu. Yes, you have to get the book to see it.
Oh, wow.
Turquoise shoes and attitude. And I think I had on a red tube top dress. I don't know. It was just something you wouldn't think. And then the makeup was fierce. It was nice. It was a day to get dolled up and tie it into the story, my story.
Okay.
And it was a day to get pampered and just for me, not being a mom that day, not being a wife that day, not being, you know, in corporate that day. It was a day for me.
Right.
You know.
So Renita, she had an experience. That was the whole thing. We weren't gonna just do this like a photo shoot at the studio.
Right.
When they showed up, we had the makeup artist on deck. We had someone to grab their clothes and hang them up. We had
this is a full production here.
It was a production. We had DJs,
and I
we
love
had
it.
cupcakes, we had wine, we had it was everything.
Wow.
Andrea was bossy.
Okay.
She was making me pose, and
I had to take control.
Not right. Yeah. She was in control. I'm all.
So Dana, when you after the experience, I mean, did you look at certain things differently, you know, about your roar that's in the book?
You know what, Nita? I thought it was just a fun day until we actually got the digital book and I read it, and then I was proud of myself.
Wow.
Because I made myself do something different. And I didn't know that I was going to have that type of emotional connection to it, you know.
Yeah.
And it ties into what, you know, and I know, Landria, you did your part, but when I talk about it, ties into what my story was, which is, you know, everything in my life was a script. How about that? It was a script. And Nita, you know, my parents wanted things to be a certain way, and you know, and I wanted it that way. And then when life happened, and the script went off, and I got married, and I had a child, and I realized I couldn't do all of that at 100%. I suffered from depression for 12 years. 12 years. I didn't know myself.
Right.
And 3 car accidents and a miscarriage later.
Okay.
And a lot of praying and crying. I just woke up and I was like, I'm not doing it anymore. And that's where I say I roared and I have not looked back. And that was in September of 2014.
Yes.
And
yes. I love it.
And there are stories that I feel like are more profound than mine. As a matter of fact, when I heard the other sisters' stories, I was like, my story is whack. You know,
isn't that something?
You know, what you
think you're going through something, and of course, as we always know, someone else is going through something else.
Of course,
and it might be in a whole total different direction.
Totally different.
You know, so it's like you're not alone, and that's why I always say this: you're never alone. You're not alone. I was just telling someone the other day, don't think you're alone. You know what I mean? There's someone. The support is there. You're not by yourself. Someone's going through it, and we'll go through it after this as well.
And Renita, that's another thing. A lot of ladies said they struggled with what to write about, what story to tell. And I found comfort in that, actually, because you should have to reach a little bit. You know,
Right.
you should have to dig. You know, we get busy with life, you know, and I think we start to negate some of the things that make us who we are or determine some of the
Right.
decisions we make. So yeah, sometimes you got to reach back and say, okay, what is this? Let
Right.
me what is this? And this roar. And some people question whether they had one or not.
Right.
So when you have to dig to say, look, we all have a roar, and you definitely need to identify that. So to produce something where ladies had to dig a little deeper to see what that thing is, or you know, see what story or what legacy they want to leave, that
Right.
probably has been the biggest reward for me
Okay.
thus far. Just seeing how you take what you consider to be a small concept of this fun thing, and then it just, you know, just propelled into something. It has already, no one has the first book in their hand yet. It has already propelled into something amazing. So I'm super excited about that. I have nothing but love for these ladies. It's going to be great for everyone. It's a great read, no matter what age group you're in. It's a page turner for those who love style and love photography and love colors and just love a vibrancy about any type of book. And you know, it's a little different from the anthologies that we're accustomed to. You know, anthologies have gotten pretty commonplace. You know, they're pretty plentiful right now. But now we have this compilation that includes an actual photo shoot regarding the ladies in the
Oh, that's awesome.
collective. So it's truly beautiful. They're gonna grab it, y'all. Just grab it.
We're excited about it. We
And
are super
share,
excited
yes.
about it. And it's, you know, what a wonderful thing to have right during the holidays. This is a perfect time. And it's just, you know, I'm just looking forward to getting my copy.
I just think the main point is it's okay to not be okay.
Yes.
Right.
And with my story, with everything
exactly.
a certain way, it was not okay. I was not raised for it to not be okay. You had one time to do it, and it had to be right the first time.
Right.
So when I, you know, when life moved on and things were not on the script, I was like, oh, you're a failure, Dana, because you can't get it right because this is not in the script. And that's the way I fought for 12 years. And then for me to read it and say, oh my God, these are 12 years of my life that I can't get back.
Right.
That was saddening, but it was okay in the sense of I was like, but that was then and this is now.
Exactly.
And just keep living, you know, and hopefully it will help someone else. Because I was just a shell.
Yeah.
So.
It's been I get choked up a lot. And I don't consider myself to be a emotional person, easily moved, but I'm telling you, with the feedback that I've gotten so far from those who took advantage of the Kindle version and downloaded that, and then those who have been that were on the Meet the Authors that we did a few weeks ago, it's just been amazing, really amazing.
Nice.
Great job.
Yeah. We may have to take this on the road and turn this into like an on-stage production here.
All right.
You know, I mean, now we're going to start thinking a little bit more out the box.
Well, look, I already know Volume 2 is coming. So look, before we even get Volume 2 is coming, ladies. So stay tuned with myself, Dana, Renita, the show, everybody, because Volume 2 is coming, and there's also going to be a couple for couples.
Oh boy.
So that's going to be deep.
Yes,
that's very deep.
It is.
And
fun.
I don't know.
And fun. Anything that I touch, it has to have a component of fun and laughter to it, but definitely with realness. So yes, those concepts have already been laid out. I just want to make sure we get this one out in the hands of the world, and then yes, round 2 or volume 2, and then the couples version is coming.
Okay. Well, we look forward to hearing that. And again, the title of the book is called I Am She.
Lioness Amplified, I Am She. Yes. Dana's going to post her link where you guys can do pre-orders. They should be actually in our hands this month. So within the next few weeks, we're going to be shipping those out. If you want to stay in contact with me for your photography needs, please feel free to reach out to me on my website at lindriadockett.com, LINDRIADOCKETT.com. And they have Dana's contact information to pre-order your copy on the screen. Thank you so much for having us.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. And again, thank you, Lindrea, for Tay and your wonderful contribution to women who need therapy, women who just want to feel good, where everything's okay. It's okay not to be okay, and just to create, a soul searching for yourself. This is what's always needed.
I definitely like what you're doing.
This could be therapy for anyone out there.
Absolutely.
All you Tommy cats.
Similar, very good what she's doing. And
Absolutely.
I'm really, you and Dana's story both inspire me, and I'm just really looking forward to seeing it and reviewing the project. Because there's a lot you can learn from ages 72 to 44, because guess what? I am at a nice age over that, and I understand the concepts of growing, and sometimes we don't give ourselves a chance to we're too hard on ourselves.
Right.
And we don't understand that the mistakes we make is what help us grow.
Right.
Just like a flower has to be planted in order to bloom and be what it is today. We have to learn through our mistakes that make us great. And that's the bottom line. And that's what I like about each one. It's got different story, different trial, different tribulation, but we can come together and we can understand. And a lot of times we do forget. And I like what she said. She said something like, when you're stuck, and I love Lindrea, you guys are awesome. But what you were saying is that sometimes how you do get stuck, and I understand that we all do, but it's your comeback, and you got to do the research work on what you need to do in life. And I can understand and relate to that. So that's what I love about that. And I'm definitely want to work with you as a photographer too, because I know you're awesome.
Oh, thank you so much.
I'm glad this book is bringing out something different in you, because maybe you could be a director one day. Because I already know that that's where you really start. That's where your heart is, when you could do, the photographs and do everything first. That's like the planting of a director. So you're on the right path already. So maybe this could be a movie.
Right.
So
I love it.
That's awesome.
And same as you, Dana, keep on doing what you're doing. And as a co-author, whatever you guys do, definitely it's watering, it's nourishing, and it's gonna work. Yeah,
it's very refreshing, very refreshing. So again, we're going to have you come back again on the show. Once we may have a book, a book club reading. We'll do a reading, come back, have a big forum, talk about it. I think we have something, planned, and we're going to come back with that very shortly, right after the holidays.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much.
Perfect. Thank you so much, and have a great evening. Thank you for joining us.
Bye, ladies.
Have a great evening. Have a happy holidays.
Thank you. Same to you, ladies. Bye-bye.
All right, sweetie. Bye-bye.
All right, ladies.
All right. Well, that was great. Excellent. Hang on 1 second, please.
Yes, definitely. I Am She is going to be a great, a lot of things can come out of that. It's like a movement you guys got right there. So I can definitely work with that. Definitely.
And with the other co-authors, because we didn't see everybody in their stories, but when we had the launch, we got to hear everyone's story. And let me tell you, I was crying.
Right.
When people were sharing they've been through and how they got through it and where they are now. I was like, oh my God. I was even proud to be a part of the book, because you're a silo when you're taking your pictures and you're writing your manuscript.
Right.
But for all of us to get together, I said, it's awesome.
I know that must have been a great feeling. I thought about the movie, the book, the play for Color Girls.
Oh, yeah.
That kept throughout this entire segment. That just kept coming to my mind, and women sharing their stories. And then they did the movie version with Janet Jackson, but the original version on Broadway. I mean, we were young when that came out, but I remember, my mom going, our parents going, but we were really young. But just knowing what the stories are about. It's about women's stories.
Yes.
And learning something from journeys.
Yes.
We all have a journey. We all have a story.
Yeah, and that's most
good, bad, or indifferent. No one's perfect, and nothing is perfect. You grow, you learn, and you move on.
Yeah.
Yep. And I still struggle with it, but you got to remind yourself. I have to tell. I don't have to be perfect. I'm not perfect.
Exactly.
And allow myself some grace. Like you're managing a team or you got coworkers. For me, I would allow everybody else to have grace. For me, no space. It had to be right the first time, and that didn't work for me.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad I let that go.
Almost like being a perfectionist.
Oh my gosh.
That's why I'm not in corporate America anymore, because
Yeah.
of that direction.
That's a whole other issue.
I'm telling you. I mean, it's so funny, Dana, because that's how I was. I still am to a certain degree, and sometimes I feel it's a little OCD. Just having everything perfect. I want it exactly, flawless, whatever. But sometimes you got to let it go a little bit. You know what I mean? And I think I've gotten to that point where I can let things go a little bit. But it's just that whole regimen of just having things on point.
Yep.
Everybody wants to be on point. We all want to be on point. Right. But however, it's like sometimes things aren't always perfect.
No.
And I used to hold myself so accountable where I would literally just rip myself apart a lot of times, where I would just sit and just be so upset and not even have it pulled together because it didn't go the way that I wanted it to, because I was that much of a perfectionist. I had to let it go. I had to let it go because it was really taking over my life.
The
and
negative self-talk that's what me. It was like the negative self-talk was deafening. It was deafening in my ears.
Right.
And I was internalizing it, and then I started surrounding myself around people that were also negative.
Definitely do it.
Accepting it,
Exactly.
And but that was then and this is now, and unapologetically just have to let some people go.
Yeah. You have to do it.
You have to.
You have to do it. And that takes the layers off. That helps you, blossom and bloom into a better person. There's always room for improvement, no matter what your age is, no matter anything. You can always reinvent yourself. That's how Jay-Z always says it, let me reintroduce myself, right?
Yes, exactly. I love that part.
Right.
So it's like, hey, it can always move forward. It can always be better. It can always move in a positive.
And your story gets greater. Your story gets maturity.
Absolutely. So I really, really appreciate that and learning. So let's see who else do we have here in the chat. We have Dr. Lamar Renee Spencer.
Yeah.
She's shouting you out in here, Dana.
She knows your Anita.
Say that again.
He was all Shriners and that whole thing. So he's good friends with
really?
Dad and with my dad. And
wow.
And she's East Orange. No, I think she's East Orange or maybe Morristown. But anyway, part of the whole thing.
Oh, nice. Well, thank you, Dr. Lamar Renee Spencer, for joining the cupcakes tonight. Thank you so much. I see China Black. Hi, China Black. How are you? Apple Crescent. Thank you for being on the case. We love you guys. And yes, this is great. This is really, really great. Let's see who else we have chiming in. I saw Sparkle. I think we shouted Sparkle out earlier. But yeah, everyone, again, positive vibes. I mean, and I just think we keep placing that out there, speaking into the existence with positive vibes. It's true, because a lot of people don't have positive vibes. A lot of people don't. Every day, all walks of life, you run into people all day. Somebody was honking me the other day, earlier today. I'm like, can you please stop? It's a beautiful day outside. And you know what? I almost got Jersey, and I almost stopped the car right where I was, and I almost got out. I almost got, and I said, know what? I took the roof down, and I said, what? Let me just keep on going and enjoy this moment that I'm feeling. It was a long day. It was a very long day. And I was just so happy to get outside, feel the breeze, feel the weather, the air. I was like, I'm not going to let anybody steal my joy, because this over here, girl, almost stole my joy. I was like, no, I'm not going to let it happen. And I thought about Diane, protecting your energy, right?
Yeah. Protect your energy.
Protect your energy. I was like, I'm not going to let this ruin my day. But I was there. I was like, the Jersey turned on, and I turned it right off. Because I was going to get out of my car, and I was like, yo, you don't really know who you're with. Okay, but I stopped, and I just let it go. And I was proud of myself. I was proud. Because, and any other time, that would have happened without thinking twice or once. So I felt good about that. So
I like to smile at people when they get overreactive anyway. I'll be like, I'm really sorry. I'm sorry I didn't go fast enough and the light changed. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I felt good. I was like, I'm not gonna let her spoil my joy today. Nope, not gonna happen.
I love that about the spirit.
So I just kept on going.
Where we used to be and where we're at now is beautiful. Like you said, I'm not gonna let that spoil. Oh, definitely.
I was really proud of myself this afternoon. I really was, because I didn't want anything to happen after the fact. I didn't want the reaction to be negative. So I just turned it into a positive, made sure that drop top was down, and I kept going. Smiling.
You never know who'll be filming you. You never know, people be filming too. They catch you coming out the car acting crazy. They'll be filming you.
I know it. I was like, not happening. Oh, okay. Well, let's move on. We have some other things to talk about, you guys. Don't forget, we have the cruise coming up May 6th to May 9th, 2022.
Right.
Make sure you have your passport. Make sure you're vaccinated. Make sure you're even boosted. Okay,
of
let's
course,
do it all.
definitely.
And we're going to make sure that we have everybody in place. We have our travel franchise owner, Mr. Tony Bell, in the building.
Hey, Tony.
What up? What up?
Cupcake. He's an honorary cupcake for today. How you doing, Tony?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Awesome.
I was listening to you ladies talk, and I heard you talk about For Color Girls, and I can tell you it is coming back to Broadway. So if you're in New York or coming to the New York area,
good, awesome.
It's coming back in March.
You're kidding me?
No, very exciting. Okay. Back to Broadway in March.
I'll be there. I'll definitely be in New York for that. I'm getting my ticket as soon as they go on sale. Definitely. But isn't there another Broadway play out now? I've seen a lot of people going to this play called something with Colored Men. Like, what's the play that you just saw recently, Tony? What was the name of it?
Oh, what's it? Now I got to remember the name of it.
Because so many people have been posting about this play.
I've seen so many plays. Like I know
West Side Story is coming back out.
Yeah, but this is called something with colored. I think it's something with the title "Colored Men" or something or other. And I wasn't sure if it was on the same order.
Trying to remember the title. Yeah, because it's basically profiles of, I want to say it's anywhere between 4 and 6 Black men. It's based in Brooklyn. It's a really, really good show. I wish I could remember the name of it now, though. That's really bad that I don't remember that.
Where's your playbill at?
I know, that's what I gotta find. I gotta find my playbill. Where's that playbill?
Oh, I love the playbill.
I'm looking for that play. I'm looking for that playbill.
Okay, look for the playbill. Please.
That's ridiculous.
I'm gonna try to find. I know one of my girlfriends, Yvette. She just went. Let me see. She posted something.
Here it is. Thoughts of a Colored Man.
I'm a colored man.
Of a Colored Man. There it is.
There you go.
All right.
A lot of people have been going to this play, seeing, and you said it was really good, huh?
Okay.
It's very good. It's very good. I thought it was very good.
Yeah, a lot of people have been posting that they've gone to see it. I mean, and everyone is like ranting and raving about it. So I just said it's awesome. Something similar to Color Girls for Color Girls. But if that's coming back in the springtime, I'm going to make sure I'm going to make sure that I'm in the tri-state area before the summer. Before the cruise. I'm going to come up before the cruise. I'm going to the play before the cruise. That's what I'm going to do. That's going to be my special weekend trip.
Definitely. We ready for the cruise?
We're ready for the cruise.
Let's talk about that.
Come on now. Let's get on the cruise. The freedom of the Royal Caribbean's Freedom of the Seas.
Freedom of the Seas.
4-day cruise, 3 nights, leaves out of Miami on May 6th.
Yes.
May 6th to May 10th.
May 9th. I thought it was May 9th.
May 9th. I'm sorry, May 6th to May 9th. I'm adding another day. That's because I want to stay on the cruise an extra day.
So we're going to be headed to Coco Cay Island.
That's
that
right.
Island is owned by Royal Caribbean, right?
Yeah. So that's Royal Caribbean's private island in the Bahamas. I've been on the same itinerary actually, because it does leave out of Miami, then it goes to Coco Cay first, then it goes to Nassau and comes back to Miami. And Coco Cay is a great little island. I'll tell you, it's a number of things to do. Got a hot air balloon, you got water slides, ton of pools, beautiful beaches. You can have your own floating cabanas.
Pretty nice.
Yeah. So it's a great time. And if for any reason you have any trouble walking or getting around, there's a tram, or don't feel like walking, there's a tram that'll take you around the entire island. Again, the island's not all that big, but it does do that, at least for those that are, either disabled or
Well,
have
that's
trouble
good.
walking or don't want to walk.
That's good to know because
People
you're
get
not
disabled
walking.
when they drink, so they don't like the trend.
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah, some people may
Wow.
actually need it for that purpose.
I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Right.
I'm a water person. I love the extreme sports. I love slides. I'm like a little kid when it comes around water sports. I mean, I don't know. It's something I can't get rid of it. But it helps.
Well, you're gonna love that. Yeah, you're gonna love that. And even on the ship, I mean, I'll tell you, even on the ship, you got tons of pools. You have water slides on the pools. You have flow rider where you can kind of act like a surfer.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so there's a number of things to do either on the cruise or even in the ports. I could tell you with COVID though, Nassau, when we got to Nassau, unfortunately there were a number of the stores that were closed. But we're hoping after we can get, especially past this, I heard you guys talking about, this new variant. Once we can get past this new variant, hopefully everything will be back open and running and operating with it. Yeah.
So now they're not doing 100% capacity, correct?
Yeah. So as at the moment, they are not doing 100% capacity. They're trying to get there, but again, with things like this variant and everything else, it's going to take them a little while. I don't figure that they'll get to 100%. Honestly, it may be at the time that this cruise sails. That's its particular sailing.
Yeah, that's enough time.
When they might be. When they might be there. I know Royal Caribbean has probably about 80% of its fleet out right now, which is good. Okay. So that's a great sign.
Yeah, a friend of mine, Ebony, I was trying to get her to come on. She just was on Freedom of the Seas for about a week. And this was last week she went. And she was like, it was perfect. She was just like, it wasn't crowded. It wasn't like jam-packed. It was a great crowd, a couple of thousand people. But she just said it was fun. The entertainment was great. I didn't get the chance to talk about the mask situation. However, she had a lot of pictures posted. The weather was fabulous. And she said the food was great. The water sports were great. The ship was clean. There were no situations, no problems. She had a wonderful experience. So that was good to hear because this is recent. Last week.
Exactly.
Last week. So
yeah, it's good, really good to get that feedback, I'll tell you, because people are ready to get back in there, right? And travel and have a good time. And that's good. She enjoyed herself and had a good time. And it was if she felt safe, which is good. I can tell you that for Royal Caribbean, they do require you to mask in public places. Like, and when they say public places, right? If you're outside on the deck, you don't have to mask up. But if you're in the dining room, they do want you to at least mask up going in. And of course, if you're in certain areas that are a little bit more crowded and closed in, they do want you to mask up then as well, which is also good. But they have sinks everywhere for you to be able to wash your hands, which they just put in the last 6 months to 8 months in all the ships. So before you even go into the dining room, right before you get in there are sinks to both sides of you where you can wash your hands and everything else. So it's they've definitely made it a very safe environment. They're always cleaning all the time.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know.
That is good to know. What about the testing as you're going on to the ship? If you don't have, so you have to have your vaccination card, but are they double testing? Or what is the requirement for them to say, are they spot checking people to test?
Great question. So they are not. What they are expecting though is if you are over the age 12 or older, right? So anyone 12 or over, first of all, has to be vaccinated. Under 12 at this point doesn't, but now they're actually looking at between the ages of 5 to 11. Since recently now we're finding out the Pfizer vaccine, could potentially work for that age group, right? So they're starting to think more about whether or not they're going to require anybody 5 and up. As far as the testing is concerned, even if you're vaccinated, right, which you have to be vaccinated if you're certain age and above, you still have to have a negative test before you get on the ship. And you have to have proof of that negative test within 2 days. It used to be 3, but now within 2 days. So for example, if your cruise is leaving on a Saturday, then that Thursday is the earliest that you can take a test. Now that test can be an antigen test or it could be a PCR test. So it can be a quick antigen test. It doesn't have to be, the more lengthy and more expensive PCR.
Right. Oh, okay. So the results
testing,
come back.
will definitely have to be tested within 2 days, And you also have to be vaccinated if you're over the age of 11.
Okay.
And that may actually change where it's over the age of 5.
Okay, so Tommy Cats, Super Cats, everyone out there, you have to be vaccinated, and then you have to show proof of a negative test within 48 hours prior to boarding.
Correct.
Am I saying that? Okay.
And they actually say within 2 days. And so the only reason why I don't say 48 hours is because if you take a test on Thursday morning, you're still good, even if the cruise leaves on Saturday at 4 p.m.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
That is really, really important information.
Yep.
Now, say for instance you don't have it. Are they testing you there?
No. So
Oh.
yeah, so they have the capability to be able to test, but they're going to tell you no, right? So because what they don't want is they don't want people to be kind of bum rushing and having to be tested at the port. So they're going to tell you that no, you are not allowed to be tested on the day at the port. Whether or not that's absolutely true, I'm not 100% sure, but out of caution, I would say nope. Make sure you're tested.
No, okay, so that's very, very important news.
Make sure
you know, everyone. Have the negative test. Just have it a few days before you board the ship.
Right. Please. And for these ports too, you don't have to worry about, because I know a question also came up around if you're getting off the ship, right, on a certain port, is there any type of requirement? Not for these ports. For Barbados, there's a little bit more, it's a little bit more complex. So anybody that's going to Barbados or going on a cruise that stops in Barbados, they request a PCR test versus an antigen test. So it can be port specific. Okay, so just remember that if you're going on a different cruise or a different trip.
Perfect. That is great to know. Okay, so they have some questions. Let's see. Tony, Apple Crescent, you said you have a question. Okay, post a question so we can address that. So now let's talk about rates, dates, deadlines, so everyone can get their deposits in. You know, we're closing in on time, everyone.
Yes.
Tommy Cats, I'm telling you, you don't want to miss out. I mean, it's no $500 max, I'm thinking, with taxes on average for one person. You
right,
can't
so it's anywhere
it.
between $408 and $545 per person based on double occupancy. So, for example, an inside stateroom, no windows, you're looking at $816 for the cabin, $408 per person. Okay, because you do need to have 2 people in the cabin. If it's only you, then you basically have to pay as if there are 2 people in the cabin. Okay. So $816 is the cabin price for an inside stateroom. For an ocean view room, where there's basically a porthole, that would be $922 for the cabin, $461 per person.
It's not bad at all.
And then for the balcony room, you're talking about still not a lot of money, $1,090 for the cabin, $545 per person for a 4-day cruise.
Yeah, you can't beat it.
2 locations, all the food you want to eat, and all the, I will say, water and juice you want to drink.
Okay.
and this is a good segue into those who want a little bit of alcohol.
Right. Now, someone did have a question. Are you able to bring any alcohol onto the ship?
That's a great question too. So you are not hard alcohol. You are able to bring 1 bottle of wine.
Okay.
And I believe like a 6-pack of beer is what I believe you're allowed to bring. And I can follow up on that to be sure. Okay. But I know I just read it last week where still you are not allowed to bring your own alcohol onto the ship, other than those limitations of beer.
That is good to know. So now with the port, you see how many portholes do they have within that particular room? Is that considered what kind of view is that, did you say?
Yeah, so the ocean view room is basically like a window, right? So whether it be a porthole or it's a window for you to be able to see out, but you're not able to walk out to, say a balcony to take a look at the it's not an open open air situation there.
All right, so that would be the one. Then you have the stateroom, which is enclosed, and of course you have the ocean view, the balcony.
Correct.
So there are 3 types of rooms, everyone. 3 types of rooms.
Right, inside, ocean view, balcony. Inside's $816 or $408 per person. Ocean view's $922 or $461 per person. Balcony is $1,090, $545 per person. Deposits. So a deposit is $230 for the cabin. Okay, that would be due by, drum roll please,
Okay.
December 28th.
What's the date?
December 28th.
December 28th, everyone. December 28th.
For a cabin.
$230. That's right, per cabin, because again, it's based on double occupancy. Okay.
Let me put this in the chat. Deposit due December 28th.
Right. And when you are prepared to make your deposit, all you have to do is give me a call, or you can register directly and even make payment directly on my site.
Okay. So now can you just give them the site? Everything is gonna be in the community page, everyone. The link to register, which also has Tony Bell's information on it, is in the community page as we speak. We'll put it in there again.
Yep.
After the show.
Now we have a little bit of a glitch. So we did have a couple people register tonight, and there was a little glitch. So I just took their information over the phone because it's just a little glitch. So it'll be working in the morning tomorrow after 9 a.m. But still, if you want to make your deposit tonight, call me. I'm up. I'll be up.
Okay, everyone, you hear that?
You can put my number in there, 678-520-4743. I'll repeat it, 678-520-4743. And that is my direct number. That's not even my business phone. That's my direct personal number for you to reach out to.
678. Repeat it
I don't
again,
give that out to everybody.
You guys are getting carte blanche.
Broadcast it too. So,
you're getting carte blanche from Tony Bell right now. So 678. Go ahead, Tony. 678.
520.
520. Okay.
4743.
Okay. There we go. There we go. All right. We have it right there. So there you have it. This is how you can reach out to Tony Bell if you have any questions regarding the cruise, any question at all. If you want him to help you, assist you, walk you through registering, this is how you can contact him. This is the most direct way to contact Tony Bell or Dream Vacations. This is the direct way. I'm going to repeat it because again, we're closing in on the date, the final date, because once December 20th gets here, everyone, the rooms are going to open to the public. The inventory. Is that correct? How you were explaining it to me yesterday?
Yeah. So we have a choice. We could either open it to the public. So I basically give the inventory and open it to really anybody, even within our Dream Vacations family, or we just give the inventory back to the cruise line.
Wow. Okay. So that means
we don't want to do that.
Get on top of this. May, the weather's beautiful in May. I mean, we're not even in hurricane season. May 6th and May 9th, it is the perfect time. The weather is going to be absolutely beautiful, especially in the Bahamas and the Caribbean. So, I mean, and I'm saying it because I can't wait to go. Like, I'm ready to get out of here.
And depending on where you're coming from, right? If you're coming from outside of the Florida area, come the night before, the day before, because I'm sure, hey, we'll be doing something, right? Hey.
Yeah, well, it's Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo's on the 5th.
Oh,
yeah.
That's
done.
We'll probably do like what's the club on South Beach? Oh, Flamingo. What is it called? Mangoes. Maybe we'll meet up at Mangoes. I think that's a nice spot. Oh, we'll figure it out. But once you guys get in touch with us, we're going to probably have a meeting location because remember we're leaving from the port of Miami, so everything's going to be based out of Miami.
Mm-hmm.
So I would more than likely say something we'll probably do on South Beach, and Mangoes is like a spot that I think they're going to really celebrate Cinco de Mayo, which is the day before. As long as you wake up in the morning, because you don't want to miss the ship. You don't want to miss the
Yeah, right. Exactly.
So don't drink too much.
Party too much.
No, you got no. Matter of fact, I'm not even suggesting it.
Right.
So yeah, I'm going to put up here.
That's right, China Black. I am ready. Come on, I'm ready. I am ready.
Okay, again, so we have it in a ticker deposit due December 28, 2021. That is the deadline. That is the absolute very last day. You need to put your $230 down tonight. $230. You guys, Christmas is coming. We've been saving that money up. We have a lot of different things going on in terms of how much you really want to go. I mean, do you want to be there or be square? Please don't be square.
That's true.
Because we're going to leave you. and you're gonna miss out. And we'll see you next year in 2023.
That's right.
For the next cruise. But
That's
we want
right.
everyone to come out. Tommy Cats, everybody register. Tony's gonna be busy. We don't want these rooms to go to other people. We want our group. We have other, activities that we'd like to have planned while we're on the cruise. And I'm just excited. Just get your money in. That's right. At this point, get your money.
That's the main thing. Get those deposits. Yeah, at least get those deposits
That's most. Worry about everything else later. Just put your deposits in. Tony, cancellation policy. If something happens to someone, they can't make the trip, they put the deposit down. How does that work?
Yeah, so the cancellation policy, basically 75 days, which isn't a lot of time, right? Because if you're looking at 75 days back from when the cruise is, what you're talking about, March, right? So like towards maybe the end of, is it the end of March, April? I got to do the count. No, it's longer than that. March, February. Yeah, so by like the end of February, is kind of the drop dead date in terms of any type of penalty. So 75 plus days, it's basically $30. So $30 you lose. Anywhere between 61 and 74 days prior to departure, 50% penalty. So 50% of anything that you've paid, but really 50% of the cruise price. And then 75% between 31 and 60 days, and then 0 to 7 days before, no refund.
No refund, 0 to 7 days. Okay, so there you have it. So you can replay this. Of course, this is going to be archived. So if you didn't get it, once we click the show off, you can go right back and get all the information again. And this is going to stay archived. It's not going anywhere. So this is very important, you guys. The cancellations, your deposit, that is number one right now. Just put your $230 down, you and your roommate. $230 down. Get it in. The registration is in the link. There's a way you have to go into the link, register. It's in the community page. So we're going to put it back up on the community page again after the show is over. But we want everyone to put their deposits in. Okay, we don't want you to miss this. That's why we're going to be talking about this, and we're going to make sure that you guys have an opportunity to make it happen. Treat yourself. It's May 6th to May 9th. Again, leave it at a port of Miami. Do you have the commercial, Tony? Available?
I don't have it. I was looking for it and I don't have it. I'm gonna have to get that link from you too.
Okay, yeah, I don't have, not on this laptop. It's on the other laptop. I can't pull it up on this.
Yeah, I looked throughout my files and I don't have it. I don't have it anywhere. So for some reason I didn't get it. I don't think from last time around.
Yeah, let me see if I have a video file. I don't think I have it now. I don't have it here. Okay. So yeah, everyone, if we do find it, we'll put it on. But I believe it's in the community page, and we'll probably tomorrow, if Tommy's on, we'll air it again. We'll put the commercial on again. But it has been shown. It gives you all the highlights of the cruise, exactly what you're going to get, exactly what you're going to see, and so much more.
And the food is delicious, by the way.
Oh, I can't.
I'm telling you, the food is really good.
That's good to know.
It's really good.
Now, is it buffet style? Do you eat with the captain night? What do they have? What do they have going?
Yeah. So they have the dining room. So they have the main dining room where you can sit down and have that experience of being kind of wined and dined in a really fancy looking dining room. They also have what is kind of known as a buffet up on the deck. I forgot what it's called on Royal Caribbean. I always get the names all confused between the ships. But anyway, they do have a buffet style. The only thing is somebody will be serving you versus you actually serving yourself. Really? Because of COVID, right? Right, yeah. So it's still set up the exact same way where, kind of everything's out in the open for the most part. But instead, there'll be somebody standing behind there kind of giving you the food. Yeah, a lot of buffets, they've cut out so many buffets. Yeah, they've cut that out. I mean, it's still, you can get as much as you want. Sure. It's just you're not serving yourself. That's the only difference. Okay. Yeah. And there are specialty restaurants too. They have there's a little bit of a cost, but there's a great steakhouse where the steak is phenomenal. In fact, I went to the steakhouse on Celebrity Ship just a couple of weeks ago, and it is fantastic. All the ships, those specialty restaurants are great. This Giordano's an Italian specialty restaurant. There's free pizza pretty much all day and all night for the most part on the ship as well.
Awesome.
So
Nice.
there's an English pub. I mean, there's a Johnny Rockets.
There's Johnny Rockets. Johnny
tons
Rockets
of stuff on this ship. You won't want to get off, I'm telling you. I didn't want to when I was on this itinerary. I did not want to get off the ship.
Wait. I'm ready to start getting my swimsuits together. Dana logged out. The cover-ups. I mean, I am just like super excited about it all. And of course, the workout has to happen. It's in effect right now. It's in effect. We're gonna go extreme and we're gonna go hard. Boot camp style.
That's right. We're gonna do it.
Awesome.
Good information. Yeah. Apple Crescent. If you can email it to me, I have it as well, but I just don't want to fiddle through my phone while we're on live. But what we'll do is we'll air the commercial tomorrow, and the next time Tony comes on, we'll come on and we'll air it and we'll go review everything again, because now it's like crunch time.
Since we're down to the wire, we need to just yell. I'll be on whenever you need me on. I'll be on every other night if you want, whatever.
Okay, perfect. Again, you guys, it's December 1st, the first of the month. Get your money in. It is the first of the month. All right. So that means you got some money somewhere. So get your deposit. Call Tony Bell, 678-520-4743.
All right.
Right. Don't forget the sunscreen, China Black. Yes, we won't forget it. Apple Crescent, don't worry. We're going to go over this probably on Sunday. We're going to probably do another revisit Sunday. So we'll have Tony Bell back on Sunday. Cool. We look forward to seeing everyone back here. Again, thank you for joining us tonight, everyone. It's been great having you rock out with us. We learned a lot about I Am She. Get your book. It's out on, you can go to Dana's email address. Again, look at the replay of the chat and also the show and get your book. That's a good stocking stuffer and a good feel good for the soul. So again, we hope everyone enjoyed the show today, and we will see you guys again on Sunday. And of course, we don't sip the tea. We don't drink the tea. What do? We cut the cake and we eat it. Thanks everybody for coming out and joining us tonight. Have a great evening. Be blessed. Mask up and stay safe. All right, everybody. Love you guys.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Take care, y'all. All right.